What's up, guys? I want to give a quick review of the new Shazam sequel, Shazam, Fury of the Gods. The villains in this movie are Lucy Liu, Helen Mirren, and Rachel Zegler. Now, we all know what's going on with the DCU, soon to be DCU. And, you know, you read the reports. This thing is not going to do good at the box office this weekend. About 1 o'clock IMAX showing, barely half full. You know, my biggest, and then you see the reviews. The reviews aren't that, the reviews, below a 60, close to be in the high 40s. So, I feel like after watching this movie, a lot of the things people used to love about superhero movies, they kind of loathe now. Like, all the things this movie does, they did in the first one. Like, it's just as many jokes. The tone's the same, the fights are the same, the quips are the same. Everything they did in the first movie, they did in this one. Now, yeah, did it this is a long movie. I think, what is it, 2 hours and 11-minute runtime? So, yeah, it's pretty long. It's a long one. Budget's the same. Some people say, the budget was $125. No, it's $100 million. And, man, for a $100 million budget movie, the CGI still looks pretty damn fantastic, except at night. The lighting, that's not even CGI. The lighting at night in this movie is fucking terrible. Most Hollywood shit nowadays, when you got things happening at light, you're not gonna be able to see anything. They don't like things at night, right? It fucking pisses me off. But this is how shit is. So yeah, you had Shazam and the family, and they all have powers now. And I feel like the things that they set out to do, and the story beats it set out to have, where it's like Shazam has powers, but he doesn't know if he's worthy, and all the family wants to go off and do their own things, and this, that, and the third. I feel like they did all that great, you know? Like, I feel like this was a very solid entry. If you weren't into the first Shazam, of course you're not gonna like this one, but most people were into the first Shazam. And that's why, like, all the reviews are, like, it's negative, and I'm like, oh my God, like, this is literally the same movie since the first one. It's kind of the same. And yeah, I saw some people say it's bland and generic, and it's nothing we haven't seen before. And I feel like superhero movies, we're getting to a point where it's like, if you kind of don't reinvent the wheel, you're gonna suffer for it. And this movie certainly does not reinvent the wheel at all. It's very much things you have very much seen before. People who are very old, who lost their powers, coming back to get their powers. They trapped the city. We've seen that before. They're going to destroy the city. We've seen that before. They set their monsters on to take them out of the city. We just seen that 4 months ago in another DC movie. By the way, Shazam, with $100 million less, does the monsters attacking people in the city so much better than Black Adam. With $100 million less, it looks so much bigger and grander scale. So, I'll give them props on that. But like I said, this movie is very much, yes, it's a little generic. Do I think it's bland? No, I think it's very, very fun. But it's not reinventing the wheel. It's not reinventing the wheel at all. I'll tell you that right now. It's not reinventing the wheel, but it's still a fun and wholesome time in the movies. The fight scenes are awesome. Seeing these characters get to use their powers is awesome, like always. So yeah, if I had to give Shazam Fury of the Gods a score, it's a 7 out of 10 for me. Solid 7 out of 10. If you like the first Shazam, I have no doubt you're gonna like this one. If you are in a mindset, I want to watch a dark superhero movie, you're not gonna like it. But you should know that because it's a Shazam movie. You know? Do I think the characters could have been a little bit more serious at times? Maybe, but you gotta remember, they're fucking kids dressed up as superheroes. You know? They're kids. Except Billy. And that's another thing where it's like, the DCU thing gets a little shaky. Like, do they really want to bring him back? Like, Billy Batson, like they say in the movie, he's turning 18 in 5 months. What's the point of having him run around as Shazam if he's not even a kid anymore? It's going to take away a lot from the Shazam character. And then there's a post-credit scene, which insinuates that they still wanted to use them before what we know now, that the DCU is going to get rebooted. Like with Hardcore and that other guy from Peacemaker, where they talked to him and asked him if he wanted to join the Justice League Society. I only saw the first post-credit scene. I did not stay with the second, so I'm only going off the first one. So it seems like they still wanted to use him before we found out they were going to reboot it. So it's like, what were their plans going forward? Because Billy Batson's about to be 18, and when we see him again, if we were to, he's going to be at least 20. So he couldn't keep acting like a fucking child anymore, you know? Unless you want to go deep into trauma, why he keeps acting like a fucking child, which I don't think they were going to do. They touched on it a little bit with this little therapy scene, but I don't think they're going to keep going deep into that. So yeah, Shazam Fury of the Gods, 7 out of 10. This does feel like you take away that post-credit scene, this does feel like a good finale for the franchise they did have. 2 appearances, really. So, never really showed up in anyone else's movie. So, Shazam Fury of the Gods, 7 out of 10. If this is the last time we see Zachary Levi as Shazam, I liked them in a role. I liked everyone else in the movie. I liked everyone in the supporting roles. So, yeah, I really like this franchise overall. And if this is the last time we see them, it's been a good little ride, and I enjoyed everything they did. Shazam Fury of the Gods, 7 out of 10. Peace.